it is day 25 of trying to make it by starting my own business and going on an entrepreneurship journey. And I'm pretty pumped. I'm actually really pumped right now. Um, Woke up today feeling sick. Thought, great, another day, feeling sick, feeling bad. It's now 3 o'clock, middle day, and I am feeling better. I couldn't be more happy to feel better. Of course, definitely not 100%. I still probably sound pretty funny too. But I'm feeling like I can get some work done today. So that is exactly what we're gonna do. I'm gonna do a lot of work today. I'm gonna bring back, actually, I'm gonna start reading The Psychology of Selling again. And I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of, kind of like a lesson from what I learned today off of the reading. And then I'm going to log a little bit of my work that I'm doing on my actual business, and I'm gonna report that. And yeah, that's the schedule for day 25. Currently outside right now, and it feels so good to finally be back outside, taking my dog for a walk over there. But it just feels so nice to, finally be outside and not feel like you're gonna pass out. Like, when I finally have my sense of smell, like the smell of the air is like, it's kind of unreal. It's like, yeah, you kind of take these little things for granted, but like, once it gets taken away from you, you start to realize how important it really is to you. So right now it is the end of day 25, and just finished reading today's portion of The Psychology of Selling, ate dinner, and even got to watch a movie with my family. I was gonna do work during that time, but they kind of peer pressured me, I guess. But my throat is becoming more sore or dry than earlier today. You can probably hear it in my voice, but that's just because time's been going on and it's getting a little bit late, and it's just getting a little bit more dry before I go to bed. But energy-wise and body-wise, besides my throat, I'm feeling a little bit better, and it feels a lot better to feel a little bit better. So hopefully tomorrow when I wake up, day 26, I'll be feeling good, ready to go get more work done, log that work, and then show it to you guys. So right now it is currently the next day, and we are on our way to work on the rental house, my parents' rental house, and I'm probably going to do some more painting today. Thought I could get in the working mindset if I started off working at the rental house. And first off, we had to start by Menards to gather some supplies for the work. And here we are. So just finished my work. I painted the front and back of multiple doors in this room right here. And then I painted the frame of that window, a couple more doors, and then one more downstairs, which I did not film. So right now it is currently around 9:30 at night. Just got back from painting more at the house. Just got back from some dinner too. It took a lot more time than I planned. I left pretty early in the morning too. I thought, I was gonna go paint for like a couple hours, get in the working mindset, come back, do some more work here, upload it. It's currently 9:30 right now. I clocked in about 2.5 hours, painting session at the house. Then I went to got dinner, but then my dad wanted dinner at a different place, like fast food, so he went over there. But then we're finally back here, ready to work. Right now, I'm about to read the other portion of Psychology of Selling, take notes on that, share the notes with you guys, then do some work on the business, on the agency, then log that to you guys later in a little bit. So, as of now, I have finished my work for days 25 and 26. So pretty much yesterday and today, my work on the business side was to go through all of my slides and pretty much just like ingrain them in my mind and like try to memorize them and get them like learn them by heart. So I'll show y'all right here. So I have all of my slides, all 47 of them, and I've been making these slides for pretty much the past 3 months. By doing all my research and all my learning, and I put all that knowledge onto my slides. That those slides pretty much contain everything that I need to know to do all my services for my clients and get them results. So technically, I could start working on opening up, but I always want to make sure that I have it in my head so I seem like more knowledgeable of a person, and why not take the extra step to learn them instead of when I'm doing my stuff for my client having to go back to the slides and double check that, look at this again, which I'm probably gonna do to make sure I get it right, but um it'll go so much more smoothly if I already have all the knowledge in my head when I'm doing work for a client when I get one. Well, there's not really a whole lot of work I can show you guys with that, but there is some work I can show you on the book I've been reading, Psychology of Selling. I believe by reading this, I'll be a better salesman, which will overall result in me getting more clients to pay me for my service that I will provide. So right here, that right there is the first section I did on page 1 through 8. I already went over that in a previous video, but the second section, pages 8 through 18, that's what we're going to be going over today. So I just jotted some stuff down that I thought was important. So we have the first one right here. The very best proof that something is possible is if someone has already done it. While this may seem pretty basic, like kind of obvious, like it kind of really did hit me hard, like I don't even know why. It just kind of like hit me like I can do this, like you see other people out there who have what I want, they have my dream and they're their 20s, and I was like, dang, if they can do it, I can do it. Like, yeah, they work their butt off, they put in the hours, but okay, I'm capable of doing the same, and so was everybody else on this earth that's capable of doing anything that anyone has ever done before. Now, obviously, if you're 90, have cancer, and aren't doing well, you can't, like, start a Fortune 500 business then, but everyone is capable of doing it in their lifetime. And yeah, that kind of hit me. Now, another one that I thought was important is this thing where he calls the self-concept. So right there, I put that it pretty much means self-belief, and that that hit me with learning by cold calling. So I pretty much know a lot of the stuff that he's talking about because it's early on in the book, and he's kind of like getting a warm-up in, but I learned this through cold calling. Now I'm not going to be cold calling anymore because of my new business model that I'm starting, but back then, like, I think my first 3 videos, one of them was cold calling, and the self-concept, the self-belief is so important. When I made my first 50 cold calls, I was nervous, and the reason why I was nervous was because I didn't believe that I was a good cold caller. I didn't believe that I had the skills, and in all fairness, I didn't. But whenever you start calling more and more, you get the skills, then your self-belief or your self-concept goes up. And then because you believe in yourself, you start to act how you think you are. And it's all off of confidence, and I think that's really huge. Like, whenever you're trying to sell something, if you are walking into the room and you don't believe that you can sell, the sale's not going to go through. Because if you, the person trying to sell, doesn't believe in your own product, how is somebody else going to believe in it if you, the owner, don't believe in yourself? Now, this last little note right here to wrap it up, we have KRA, that means key result areas, and pretty much those are the key result areas, are the areas to master to increase sales. So, right here, I have the 4 areas that would be perfect to master if you want to increase your sales. So we have understanding the customer. So you have to understand the customer to get them what they want, and you do that by questions. The better questions you can ask, the smoother questions you can ask, the more you can understand what they want and need to give them a better product. Then you have convince them through the sales presentation. Now, the book mentioned that if you master one of these, then you are already going to be a good salesman, but exponentially, the more you know, like, the more and more sales you'll do. So, on this one, to convince the customer through your sales presentation, if you're walking them through what you have to offer, and you just give so many reasons why they should do it and they're falling in love, you don't need to know anything else because they've already made up their mind off of what you told them that it's good product, and then boom, that's a sale. If we do like number 1, understanding the customer, if you know exactly what they want and you can offer it to them, doesn't matter how much, or you don't need to convince them because you already have exactly what they want, and that's a sale right there. And then that will even lead into the 3rd and 4th reason, which I'll get to right here. So the 3rd reason is to counter objections. That is if that usually comes up in the 2nd one during your sales presentation. An objection is pretty much if I say, here's my service, and they say it's too expensive. That would be the price objection. That's pretty much a counter or a reason for them not to do it. And if you know how to do counter objections, then that is a sale. That leads us into our 4th one, getting them to get referrals. That is pretty much when you have a client and you get the client to get you more customers. This is really perfect because if you have a client that gets you more customers, then it's pretty much like getting free money or a free client, and having the client who's already paying you money get you even more money by bringing in you a new customer. And that pretty much wraps up the 2 days of all the work at the house, all of the sickness that I am currently overcoming right now, my reading of the book, pretty much what I've been going through these 2 days, and I usually do a little talking portion of these videos where I kind of speak my mind and kind of like what I'm learning or what I'm thinking right now. And one thing that I want to mention, especially today, is that, like, you should really never take anything for granted, like, I feel so good that I feel a little bit better, and I'm just so pumped that I can finally get back to work. I know I've said it before, but I really think that it's important because, feeling normal, feeling at the bar, is like, okay, usually most people feel unhappy if they're at the bar, but then they get sick, they get hurt, they lose something, and then they drop, and they feel bad. They feel bad that they're below the bar, but eventually the bar resets to where they are, and then they get used to that, where I got used to being sick because I was sick for 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Hopefully I'm over it, but they get used to the bar, and then just like me, boom, they're at the normal bar, and then because their bar got reset to here being sick, and now they're up here, they're feeling great, and that's where I'm feeling right now. So don't take anything for granted, and yeah, that's my video. Thank you guys for all the support.